So a few days ago, I hit 3,000 subscribers and I wanted to do a special 3,000 subscriber video, but unfortunately due to procrastination, I never actually got it done. So that's kind of what this video is going to be, a celebratory video of me hitting 3,000 subscribers, but I'm going to go at it at a different angle. Today, we're going to take a look at the history of YouTube and the cultural impact it's had on society as a whole. But more importantly, why we need to defend this platform and keep it open, because YouTube's been making some changes lately and it's under attack, more so now than ever before. So I think it's important for us to kind of speak up, make our voices heard so everyone understands why YouTube should be kept open and why it's a good thing. But in order to do that, I feel like we need to go back in time to 2005 when the whole idea of YouTube came to be. So YouTube was actually created by 3 people. Not many people actually know this. I think some people think it was created by Google, but it actually wasn't. So the 3 people that actually created YouTube was Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim. So these 3 people were sat around one day thinking how difficult it is to find videos online. And to be honest, as someone who remembers the year 2005, I remember the very early internet. It was very fragmented. There was actually websites where you could, in fact, upload videos, but they were very niche subjects. So specifically, I remember Newgrounds. This was a website where people could upload Flash animations, but that was about it. So you kind of had to have whole interest in animation to begin with. So the idea of YouTube was kind of to combine everything under one umbrella. So pretty much a variety of people would come to the platform, share different interests, and learn new things. And then after YouTube was very shortly created, this particular video, Me at the Zoo, came to be. Now, I truly don't believe the creators of YouTube knew what they had. This very short 18-second video would be pretty much the start of a whole cultural impact on the world. This was uploaded on April 23rd, 2005. And shortly after this video was created, people kind of cottoned on that they had the freedom to upload videos on the internet. So back in 2005, the whole platform of creating videos was very subject to the high and mighty, those who were established celebrities or media production companies. People with a camera would not know how to create a video, and that's kind of evident from the whole very early YouTube videos. People didn't know what they were doing. They were just literally picking up their camera, making completely random videos. People suddenly felt like rock stars. They had the freedom to create their visionary of art and upload it on the internet. And it took a while for people to kind of understand the power that they had, but people loved it, and the YouTube platform was pretty much a hit from the get-go. I mean, I've just got to put this on the screen here. This was the very, very first iteration of YouTube. It is so simple. You can even see that the logo doesn't even fit correctly, but this right here is where the internet culture of online videos was born. Back in 2005, September to be specific, Nike actually had the first video on YouTube to surpass 1 million views. Now, to people today, 1 million views wouldn't actually seem that much, but back then it kind of made advertisers kind of sit up and realize, actually, this really could be a good thing. We could actually advertise our products online. And with YouTube's success, it actually got investment, $3.5 million to be exact. And with that money, the guys were able to actually release this version of YouTube in December 2005. So this was actually the official launch website. As you can see, there's a few actual videos there, and there's a few key points that you may realize. There was no like in terms of thumbs up button. It was actually based on a star rating. It was very, very basic. And to me, this was actually a very special moment, because I remember in the back of my mind the whole YouTube look, and this is how I remember it when I think back to the early days. I mean, due to the YouTube's platform success, we then quickly move into 2006, which isn't actually that far away, and this is when Google acquired YouTube for $1.65 billion. Back in 2006, to buy an internet company like YouTube for $1.6 billion was actually a very, very huge sum of money. Yes, it's a very huge sum of money today, but back then it was worth even more. I think YouTube kind of cottoned on that there was actually something here that was worth looking into, let's say. And you know, YouTube actually did some really good things with the platform. They moved it forward. The first YouTube partnership program came out in 2007. This is where specific YouTubers with a specifically large following could actually make income out of their videos. So it's kind of interesting that, you know, smaller people would upload the videos purely for fun. Now there's a lot of people who do it as an actual business. But back in 2007, many people didn't actually make a single piece of money off the content that they created. They simply did it just for fun. A few months later, people started to notice that there were ads on the platform. YouTube decided to embed ads. Now, this was a very controversial thing at the time. People weren't happy. They were used to seeing their videos completely ad-free. But to be fair to YouTube, the platform was growing at this point. People could upload content and, you know, it's very expensive. For me personally, I think that actually including ads in the platform was actually a good thing. And I even thought about it back then. You actually had this platform which was very expensive to run. And YouTube, you know, they needed to make a bit of money out of it, and advertising was the perfect way of doing it. They weren't too intrusive. You get little ads kind of pop up at the bottom of your video. But hey, this was when it started to become more of a kind of monetary thing. And this kind of leads me on to the point of early 2010. Now, if you remember YouTube in early 2010, you will know that that's probably the golden era of YouTube. This was pretty much unfiltered content where you had the most edgiest of content. Literally anything could really go. As long as it wasn't illegal, you could pretty much get away with it. And people were posting some of the best videos and became pretty much celebrities on the platform due to this. But unfortunately, this is where things turned into a slippery slope, and that's kind of the whole point of what I want to get into in this video. YouTube kind of became very corporate. YouTube started to kind of censor certain aspects of videos. You may have heard of things called the adpocalypse, the edgy content apocalypse, or those kind of buzzwords, and to be honest, they did have a significant impact on the platform. No longer could you upload a video of what you deem to be kind of tongue-in-cheek, let's say. It became a very corporately clean platform. So they kind of implemented certain aspects. So they implemented the YouTube bot. Scans people's videos and then it demonetizes them depending on a certain few factors, and of course you don't have to search far to see people who criticize this for very good reason. Next up we have the adpocalypse. So this is when pretty much people who were trying to pay for ads on the platform, they decided to pull out because certain people decided to create huge controversy, and to be honest, a lot of businesses do not like controversy, and this pushed YouTube into very awkward situations where they decided to further reduce the amount of freedom that people have. Prime examples now is you can't swear excessively. Now, for a lot of people, that may be seen as a good thing, but it also takes away a lot of that creative freedom from people who want to create content for maybe an older audience. Maybe swearing a lot is part of their act. So you're kind of like now treading this very fine line between monetization and demonetization. In some cases, you get demonetized just for the whole wrong think scenario. I watch a few YouTubers who have completely demonetized channels just because there's very specific sets of people that kind of go after them. And then, of course, we have various other government institutions. We've got the whole Article 13, which was passed, which is now going to make it even more difficult to operate on the platform. And also, you have the FTC hitting YouTube with the COPPA law. So overall, it feels like YouTube is being attacked, and it's going to push YouTube into a pretty much a corner where freedoms and expressions are going to be impacted in a very negative way. People have started to notice that their channels are being scanned by the whole YouTube bot and being targeted for child content. Now, this is a whole video in and of itself. I do have a video on COPPA and I do have a video on Article 13. So if you check the description below, you can of course check those videos out for my opinions on the matter. So where is all this rambling going? What does that have to do with me as a small content creator on the platform? Well, personally, I feel like YouTube is still a platform for good in its current form, and I feel like it's worth defending. I feel like it's worth fighting for. I feel like as creators and as users of the platform, it's our responsibility to make sure that our voices are heard. The thing with corporations is they kind of speak one language, and that seems to be the old money. Like, YouTube may claim that it's for its creators, but I think that's pretty evident that's not actually the case. Whenever there's some kind of controversy, it kind of goes overboard in terms of censorship. So for me, creating this platform, I've spoke about this before, it's given me such a purpose in life, let's say. I feel like now I have a community that I have a responsibility to look after. I have a community that I want to entertain. And more importantly, I want it to grow and turn into like one big happy family. And YouTube has given me that opportunity to do that. The cultural impact that YouTube has had on people is pretty much significant. People's ideas are shaped by what they learn, and there's so much that you can learn on this platform. So that's why, if there's anything to take away from this video, I feel like whenever there's a change that you do not like on the platform, I feel like you really need to speak up. Too much complacency has possibly happened, which is why we're in the current situation that we are. So many governments are trying to censor YouTube. Now, there's a whole kettle of fish. Personally, I believe that part of the legacy media are behind it. So you're thinking of things like your traditional news channels. You don't have to do much searching to realize that there's a lot of hate towards YouTube from these specific outlets. So it's these kind of legacy media that have pretty much having their ratings hit because more people now use YouTube than ever before. I mean, to put it into context, there's now 500 hours of content uploaded to YouTube every minute. And YouTube as a platform is estimated to be worth 300 billion. Now that's a big increase to what YouTube paid back in 2006. So guys, if there's anything to take away from this video, I truly appreciate every single one of you who have supported me on my YouTube journey. This was supposed to be a celebratory video of me hitting 3,000 subscribers, but I think defending the YouTube platform is pretty much more important than anything I have to do in terms of my own personal channel. I feel like it's better to talk about why we need to defend YouTube more than anything. So guys, let's wrap up this video. YouTube in its current form is still a force for good. Yes, the golden days may be behind us for those of us who remember the early 2010 YouTube. That doesn't mean future generations can't enjoy the freedoms that we experience on the platform, and so many other content creators coming on the platform, spreading their ideas, and more importantly, more people coming along to be entertained. So guys, thank you for listening to my video rambling about why YouTube is so important. Thank you for supporting me most of all. Thank you for letting me hit that 3,000 subscriber mark. Now, this video is probably going to be very rambly, and I appreciate if you made it to the end. I hope I can get the message across that I wanted to, but as always guys, my name's Nathan Games. Thank you for watching this video. A humble man ranting about probably one of the best platforms there is. Until my next gaming videos, bye for now.